Hi everyone, I'm Juliana Boñol and welcome to my video report on Chapter 5, Curriculum Education. In this video, I will walk you through the introduction and overall overview of this chapter. And I will also explain some important terms you will encounter throughout this topic. Before we begin, here's a quick question for you to think about. You can share your answers or thoughts in the group chat later. So the question is, when you hear the word evaluation, what comes to mind? In this chapter, we're shifting our focus not just on how we teach, but on how we check whether the curriculum itself is effective. We ask questions like, are students really learning? Do the lessons make sense for the kind of learners we have now? Or are teaching methods and assessments aligned with goals? In short, curriculum evaluation help us improve learning, not just monitor it. Have you ever had a subject that felt boring, outdated, or confusing? What do you think could have been improved? Share your answers or thoughts in the group chat when you have time. So now, let us define what curriculum evaluation really is. Curriculum evaluation is the systematic process of assessing whether a curriculum is effective, efficient, and relevant in helping students achieve their learning outcomes. Now, let me introduce you the subtopics for the Chapter 5. So, there are 7 subtopics. These subtopics will be discussed by the following reporters. So, here they are. Again, these are the Chapter 5 subtopics. For the Section 5.1, we have what curriculum evaluation is and why it matters. For the 5.2, we have the role of the teacher in curriculum evaluation. And next is types of evaluation, formative, summative, diagnostic, etc. And for the 5.4, we have the what to evaluate, why, and how. 5.5 is the criteria for a good curriculum, relevance, effectiveness, equity, and more. For the 5.6, we have evaluating curriculum through assessments. And lastly, for the 5.7, the continuous cycle of planning, implementing, and evaluating. Now, I will discuss or introduce the key terms that you will encounter throughout this chapter. So here are the 8 terms. So knowing this will help you understand the following topics. So here are the key terms. We have here the curriculum evaluation, learning outcomes, instructional strategies, assessment, formative assessment, summative assessment, CIPP model for evaluating a curriculum, and curriculum flexibility. So we will learn it one by one. So again, curriculum evaluation is the process of assessing whether a curriculum is effective in helping students meet learning goals. Next is the learning outcomes. So we're very familiar of this because we made lesson plans. So learning outcomes are the skills or knowledge of students that they are expected to have by the end of the lesson. Next is the instructional strategies. These instructional strategies are the teaching methods used to help students learn. Example, lectures, group work, discussion, or any hands-on activities. Next is assessment. Next is assessment. There are tools or tasks like quizzes, projects, exams, used to measure whether the student is learning or whether the students have learned something from the topic you have or you have delivered. Now, let's move on to the formative assessment. We know that the formative assessment is given during the lesson or during the class. So, these are the ongoing checks during a lesson like short quizzes, oral recitations, or class discussions. It is to adjust the instruction in real time. Next is summative assessment. So if formative assessment is given during the lesson. Summative assessment is given after the lessons or after a quarter or term. So this is done after instruction to see if students really learn. Next is the CIPP model. So CIPP model stands for context, input, process, and product. So for the context, it is what's needed. Input is what's available, and for the first P is on how it is being done. The last P for the CIPP model is product, what were the results. So these are the framework of evaluation. And lastly, we have the curriculum flexibility. Curriculum flexibility is the ability of a curriculum to be adapted based on students' needs, interests, and real-world changes. So, these terms will be further elaborated by the next reporters. Here's another question for you. If you were designing a lesson, what would you do to make sure that it is effective for your students? Share your thoughts or your answers later in the group chat. In conclusion, this chapter teaches us that we're not just deliverers of content. We are also curriculum thinkers. We reflect, we adapt, and we constantly improve how learning happens in the classroom. So that's our overview for the chapter 5. In the next part, our classmates will explain the details of each section, from different curriculum evaluations or the different types of evaluation to how we use assessments and how teachers like us plays a central role in making the curriculum better. Here's another question for you. If you were designing a lesson, what would you do to make sure that it is effective for your students? Share your thoughts or your answers later in the group chat. Please don't forget to check the group chat for the reflection prompts and drop your thoughts when you're ready. Let's learn from each other as future educators. That would be all. Thank you.